the ceiling, so we won't know until you tell us if you can see us. Kylie is trying very hard not to be seen.
I'm here.
So we've got a different setup today. Obviously, you can see a big boom arm here. We're just trying to make it so everything can be seen. I'm just checking. Can you all hear us okay? Okay, they can hear and see us, so that's cool. Because I've got my little tiny lapel mic that I normally wear just dangling from the roof. So, you know, we'll see. You aren't very loud. I can boost that a little, but it might be good, it might be bad. So let's boost the sound a little, and we'll see what happens. It might just get hissy. So maybe you just have to boost yours just up a little bit because we can't really do a lot, not safely anyway. Okay, so we'll speak up a little when we do talk.
We can move that a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you want me to move it, shorty?
Yeah, turns out Kylie's quite tall, you guys. It'll be right the perfect place for Kylie because she's very tall.
That's why I'm sitting down.
So for those of you that don't know, this is Kylie. Kylie, aka Fiber Lily, has joined us here at Fiberific HQ. Oh no, don't click it. Just click there. Okay. Kylie here is. I'm like, don't touch the things. Everything will just fall down and crash and burn. So Kylie's flown up from New South Wales to come and hang out with us Fiberifians. We're going to do a bit of dyeing. We're going to hang out. We're going to chat. Kylie doesn't know it, but I've pre-prepared questions for her. So we're going to have a good time, you guys. So if you've got any questions, we've got a bit of buffering going on. Sorry, guys. You know the deal. The internet here is not great. Snowy's losing her mind at something, so that'll be fun too. We've got lots of birds. There was a chainsaw before. We've also got Andrea running around as well. She's going to help us by, bring us water, all the normal stuff that Andrea does, because she is awesome. She's awesome. Kylie's trying to steal Andrea, so it's not going to happen.
Let's just leave it up to Andrea. I thought you were going to hit me.
You really did lift it.
This is very defensive, Andrea.
Oh my gosh. But I says hope we all have fun so that we can do it again.
Yeah, we should.
We're having a lot of fun hanging out together, and we don't get to hang out very often.
No, we talk all the time, but not face to face.
Not human to human.
Yeah.
There's normally a screen in between.
Yeah.
I
want to say hello to everyone.
Go for it. You've got heaps of names in here that have come to say hi.
Heaps of hi Kylie, hi Kylie, hi Kylie.
And
hi everyone.
Check to see what...
If I don't recognise your name, forgive me. But I'm very happy to be here. I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Very excited.
That's so awesome. I'm happy to have you here. And we've got so many new people who've jumped on so that they can make sure they catch it. It's Crochet O'Clock. Plugging this so hard. It's so funny. I think she's been talking about us in her feed more this week than she's been talking about herself.
Wow, which is just
amazing. It blows me away, the generosity in our community of just how everybody sort of bands together with Adobe Designs yesterday, giving a discount code to Fiberifians. Awesome. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, yesterday in the live dye session, there's a discount code. So you have to go and watch that video, and there'll be a discount code that comes up there. Or if you're in the Fiberific Fun Zone, we've shared it there. There's also still a competition that's live. If you watch the replay, you'll find out about that. So lots of stuff going on, and it's all through the generosity of everybody in our community. And our friends, our Fiber friends, guys. Yeah. So we've gotten Bob Wilson's popped up some links because Claire is also a mod here as well.
Hey, Claire.
So she's popped up links to your website. If mods can also pop up Kylie's Instagram and Facebook group too, that would be great. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Lots of thumbs ups happening. Oh, I'm so puffed, and I'm like a bit stressed out, and I'm a bit like, whoa, there's someone else here. Oh my god! I'm like, how do I do this again that I've done every week for I don't know how long? So lots of names that I haven't seen in ages, and lots of new names. So welcome to everybody who has jumped on for this live dye shenanigans and fun.
What do you call it? A dye-off?
A dye-off.
You know, I want to say I'm not an ambi-dyer.
I am.
Oh, no. You are.
I can dye all the ways. I can dye all the ways. I mean, they may not be good, but I can do it. Lots of people jumping in saying hi, and hi to Claire as well. It's so good to see Claire in the chat. For those of you that may or may not have noticed, Claire's popped a video up on her channel as well, so make sure you go and watch the ad and give that some love too. Should we get started?
Let's get started.
Let's get started. How's our water? Are we ready?
Yeah.
Ready. Excellent. It's time to get started. So we're going to go into our normal pots down view here. We have chosen some pictures. Which one did you want to go with first?
The blue one.
Okay. So our first picture.
The hardest one.
The hardest one. Thank you, Jedi Nightling, for submitting this picture into the Fibrific Fun Zone. I avoided it because I'm terrified, but it was Kylie's, like, one of the ones that Kylie really, really wanted to do. So I'm like, okay.
Why would you? I don't understand why you're terrified of it.
Because look at those beautiful shiny colours. I'm just, like, nervous.
Well, you know the yarn will not be shiny.
I know, unless you use silk.
We should have
used silk. We think of this now when it's too late. Because especially silk has to soak for a long time for it to be ready to dye. So we could let that soak for 2 hours and it still may not be ready. So we don't have time for that. So we're going to go with our other options that we pre-organised. You need to come in a bit more. There you go.
I am sitting. Look, I'll stand up and I'll show you why I'm sitting.
Kylie's slightly taller than I am. And I have offered to change the camera angle, but I think she really wants to sit.
I'm just going to
She's had a big day. She's flown in this morning.
I've been up since 4 o'clock.
That's crazy.
That is just insanity. That's just insane.
I want 2 litres, please.
2 litres?
That's so weird asking someone else
to do your water.
Do it.
I can tell you right now, it has been very awkward for me to adjust to this as well. Do you want heat on in your pan?
Yes, please. Whatever you have. I want to get it quite hot, but not boiling well.
There you go. Because it comes in hot.
Already hot.
Yeah, so Andrea organises us nice and early and has us a nice pot of hot water ready.
In there?
I love it.
That's how I roll, baby.
2 litres in. So this is Kylie's pan here on the right. Is that right? Yes.
Yeah.
And my pan is on the left. You'll be able to tell by the difference in our hands. Oh, look. Kylie has pretty hands. Don't do that. People see how ugly my nails
mini
are.
hands.
People will start commenting about how hideous my hands are again. So Kylie's got the right pan. I've got the left pan. We're both going to be dyeing this beautiful photo from Jedi Nightling. I'm just going to have a quick look in the chat here. Because it's moving so fast, you guys.
Yeah, we might miss comments.
I
especially might, because I'm not used to this.
We will definitely miss comments. Other people joking about how much taller they are than me. Yeah, very funny, you guys. I am short, all right?
I'm the normal height.
You are not a normal height.
And Chantel is way below average height. We're like opposites. That's why we're so good
Oh my
friends.
gosh, I'm like a bit below average and you're a bit above average. And so there's all this average in the middle that we're just not. Oh my gosh. Someone says Sharon says my husband says I have toe thumbs. That's not nice. No, Gamer Widows, I'm not showing off my funny thumb. So fun to see everything side by side from Julie Espar. Tracy Walter says, Kylie, you are tall.
Yeah, I am. I'm 6'1", so I am definitely above average height.
And like, she's come out to the dye shack and was just a bit like, wow, it's a low roof, isn't it?
This is for short people out here.
It is for short people out here. I've got a friend of mine who's 6'6". When he comes over, he never sits on the other side of the table.
It's
the roof
not
drops.
for short people, it's for normal people.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
I agree, let's go with
Di says, it's okay, Chantel, I'm sure I'm shorter at 5 foot. You are, but only by like this much. Odd But Nice has just requested to join Kylie's Facebook group. That's awesome, everybody. Kylie will not be accepting any new plans today until after this.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like, what are you doing? You should be doing this.
My mod might jump into the Facebook group.
Right next to you.
Make sure you've answered the question.
The water has been...
Oh, and mine too. There are 5 people.
The water has acid in it already.
Yeah, that's right. You can. I'll let you be the judge of your own acid.
Did you just drink? Did you just taste
She just tasted the acid. It's food grade.
I know. That's just
It's
so
food
weird.
grade acid.
Don't you taste your acid water?
No. Am I the only one that does that?
Possibly.
Oh God, that's hot.
That's why I'm using a whisk.
Like whisk?
Here. I'll whisk it for you.
My hand.
Yeah. Sure. We'll put the water in and whisk it.
So what do you want to go with first?
Yeah, I reckon let's go some of our soft yarn first. I'm going to be using some of my Pegasus base. What are you using, Kylie? Kylie's deciding. Okay, so for those of you wondering what's going to happen with this yarn, as Chantel wanders away, actually I'm just going to leave that list still. Just throw things on the ground. It's totally fine. It's totally fine, guys. It's totally fine. What's going to be happening with this yarn is over the coming next couple of weeks, Kylie and I are going to be doing some giveaways. And so keep an eye out on both Kylie's Instagram and Facebook page and on the Fiberific Instagram and Facebook page.
So actually, I had a thought of what I want to do with this colour.
Yeah.
I'm using my Swish sock.
Swish sock for Kylie.
85 merino, 15 nylon.
So you'll get to see 2 totally different ways to dye things at the same time. So you may just have to come back and watch this video again to focus on one can at a time. I'm okay with that.
Thanks. It's my job. Otherwise, Chantal gets a bit and just,
That's right. Off camera, I've got a really big stick.
I can imagine. The wrath.
The wrath of Chantal.
Okay, so these are these colourways. I don't know if you usually say this or not, Chantel, but these are, or mine is. It may not be exactly the same colours that are in that skein. It's totally my interpretation of
the picture.
The picture.
Yep.
So I have brought some colours with me that I want to use.
BYO.
only because I did. You've got a few of them, but some of them you don't.
No, that's right. I don't have all of them.
So I wanted to. I need a bigger spoon.
What size spoon?
Like a tablespoon.
Like one of those plastic ones isn't enough, or there's a full teaspoon.
Yeah, that's. Thanks.
Okay. Sparkle for the simmer or simmer for the sparkle. Jacob's in here. We've got lots of mods tonight, guys. It's awesome. Or today, sorry.
Today.
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 So be good, or the mods will get you with their spanners. So no nasty stuff, no inappropriate stuff. Jokes are okay. Kim says, but it's my photo. I want dibs first, lol. Well, while we're running this as using some photos from Fiberific Inspo, we are going to be doing these as some fun giveaways. Aren't we, Kylie?
Yes. I thought that was the...
Yeah, the easiest and the fairest.
Fairest.
Yeah. Yeah, just be easy. The seals aren't great. I've normally put a bit of paper towel over the top so that when it does that I don't die.
Yeah.
Sort of. I'm going to use some of that.
So, I want a bit of a base colour on mine before I throw any speckles on there.
Blue. What are you going to go with? I'm going with blue. Are we going with the same blue or a different blue? That would be funny.
You don't have this blue.
Oh, well, then we're going with different
share
blues. No, let's go different blues. We've got to make them different.
Imagine if they turned out so.
Oh, do you know what? I was like trying to create a new colour. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to make this new colour, blah, blah, blah. I went to all this work, mixed all these colours. It was fantastic. When it came out of the pot, I was like, wow, that was a long way to make lake.
So usually I would be really meticulous and be measuring and putting exact quantities in, but I've decided that today I'm just...
Oh, that'll need a rinse in the bucket before... Oh, yeah, no, we're just going to go with some blue in there.
I'm just going with the flow.
No problem. So I'm just going on just straight on with some colours here and just a bit of direct pour to get some of that lovely, bright, cool tile blue going. Alright. Oh, there's a bit of dye left in there. Hang on a second.
Yeah?
Wherever you want.
Sorry if you can't see us all the time. Sorry, we're jumping in and out of camera, and we're sharing the space a little bit. We tried to set up a slightly different setup, but it didn't work. It didn't look any good. So we have kept what we had. So this is, oh, I like that colour. I might have to find out what that one is later and add it to my stable.
It's a new one.
It's a new one. I like new ones. So what, are we both gone with 2 skeins?
Yeah. I'm going 2 skeins. Can we turn my heat up?
Yep.
Okay.
What do you want it on to?
I don't know.
Let's go there. Just give it a minute and pull that. So I put it on pause, and then you can pull it forward a bit and make it a bit more in the middle.
I just want it to exhaust that blue. So I think I want it really hot. How high can I go?
Well, because that's running the same power as a laptop. We don't want to accidentally short that, because then the stream's gone.
Give it
Stream
a minute.
gone.
Right.
Stream gone, boom. Okay, first question for Kylie while we wait for our blues to exhaust. So Kylie, when did you start dyeing yarn? What's your yarn dyeing story?
I think it was the end of 2016.
Yeah?
I really should know that off the top of my head.
Oh, that's right. I couldn't answer that. I'd have to think about it myself.
Yeah. Thanks for the warning.
Yeah, no worries.
On that
I decided it last night while I was in the shower, and I thought it's too late to call her now at 11 o'clock at night when she's flying at 4 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah. You should have texted me.
Yeah, sorry. This is fun for me though.
Yeah,
this helps me feel better.
End of 2016, I think. I just started very casual, just dyeing for myself. Because I was still working. I was working full time.
Yeah. And what made you decide to take that next step and to give up your full-time work and be a dyer full-time? Because you're a full-time dyer now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's quite quick, from 2016 starting your dye journey and then going straight up to, like, we're only midway through 2019, so it's only like 2.5 years.
Yeah. Well, it did. It really, I was just dyeing for myself, and then I had so much that I thought I'll just sell a bit.
Yeah.
And it just kind of went boom.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly. And before I knew it, I was dyeing so much that I didn't have enough time. I was working full time, then coming home and dyeing.
Yeah.
And
so there's no time for anything else but work and dyeing.
Yeah, that's what happened. But the reason that I started dyeing, let's just step back, is because out in the real world, I was an anxious, depressed, just in a little shell, horrible place in my head.
Yeah.
And I learned to crochet, and that helped me with that.
Yeah.
And then I started knitting and discovered hand-dyed yarn, and that helped me even more.
Yeah.
So this is what I wanted to keep doing more of, rather than going out into the big wide world and having anxiety attacks every day.
Is that you or me that beeped?
So, yeah, that's my journey.
Yeah, okay. Do you have a favourite base? that you love to dye the most, that you're most excited when it's like time to try something? I'm going to do it on this.
Definitely sock.
Yeah. Any sock or anything in particular?
Well, now it's my super soft sock.
Yeah.
And
sorry, I'm
before
still
that
just
it
checking
was
my
my
pen
Switch.
as well.
Was this one before that? But
yeah.
both are equal. I think I like my sock better because I make the skeins and I can make them
exactly
longer.
how you want them.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I prefer to buy yarn on cones, is because I can make all my skeins across all my bases match.
Yeah.
And I like that.
These ones are shorter, stumpier skeins than my super soft sock.
Yeah.
But yeah, my least favourite to dye, can I tell you?
Yes, absolutely.
Is DK.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
See, that's one of my favourites. Like, I love 4-ply and I love to use 4-ply, but when I'm dyeing, there's something about that extra thick squish. And see, DK is the thickest yarn that I dye. I've not ventured into any chunkies yet.
Well, I've dyed thicker as well.
Yeah.
DK is
because I'm more of a lace girl. Anything larger than lace. So
true.
I hit DK and I'm like, the squish.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm just going to check in our chat here. There's been lots of talk going on while we were chatting. Sharon Waddell would like to know if you also dye fleece.
No. Of me? Or you?
Well, you can go first.
No, I don't dye fleece.
You don't dye, and do you dye any fibres, like for spinning, or yarn only?
No, only
yarn only.
Pre-prepared yarn. Yep.
See, I am way more comfortable dyeing yarn. I've dyed fibre. I've dyed a bit of fleece for myself, but not for anybody else. I've never taken photos of it or anything like that. No reason. I used it too fast is what the problem was. I went, yay, I dyed it for my thing. It's
no one else
dry.
can have it.
I've used it. And that was the plan. I'd always dyed it for myself. But I'm venturing into dyeing some prepared top just to play with it and see how I feel. But at the moment, I'm so stressed out when I dye it that I don't enjoy it as much as I enjoy dyeing yarn.
So, is that because it felt easier?
It felt, and some of the ones that I have, they've got silk and like fine merino and cashmere, they drift apart in the pan. Yeah. And so you've got to be really conscious of all elements of what you're working on. I think I used more blue than I had intended, and it's taken quite some time to exhaust off. That's okay. Get out of my pan!
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm kidding.
That can reach. I think it's too high.
But high just means that you've turned it off and it's just, don't put your hand in the element because it's still hot.
Oh, okay.
So did you want heat back on?
Yeah, I want heat back.
Okay, so
I haven't used these.
Yeah, so poor Kylie is in an unknown element here. She's using different pans, different heat, different...
Same pan.
Oh, same pan, same pan. Different heat source, different way to mix her dye, all that sort of stuff. So it's pretty, it's not very fair, really. I definitely have the advantage here.
It's fine.
Sally Schilling is asking, what dyes do you like to use?
I use all different. I use Jacquard, Landscapes, and Dharma.
Yeah, so that's sort of what I do as well.
Yeah.
You pick the colours that you like from each one and go.
Yeah.
Because they all play with each other as well.
Yeah,
you can mix them in a pan. There's no issues there.
Yeah.
Sharon Waddell says my pan looks like the beginning of a Van Gogh painting. It actually does. Starry Night. Hello.
It does, with the swirls.
Yeah, bring on Starry Night.
Hello.
Odd But Nice says Chantel's blue is more like a jewel all on its own. Kylie's is a little more understated but lovely water.
Yeah.
Heidi Ross says, I need to get my hands on some of your chunky yarn. Apparently you've got
chunky merino.
You've got a chunky yarn.
Who was this?
Heidi Ross.
Heidi's already got some.
No, she says I need to get my hands on some of yours.
I was going to say,
yeah.
Heidi's got some.
And that's probably why Heidi's telling me to get some.
Yeah, get some.
So, okay. Jeez.
Do what they say. Yeah. Do what I say.
Do what the followers say. My pan needs to, there we go. The middle's quite hot. I might move it up there a little.
It is a beautiful base, chunky base. It's 2-ply.
Oh, I like a nice 2-ply.
2-ply chunky, so the twist in it's just adorable.
Oh, see, now I have to.
Like chunky.
Like chunky.
Yeah.
Chunky, punky, chunky.
It's beautiful.
Okay. Apparently someone's not sharing something. What aren't you sharing, Gamer Widows? I missed out what you're not sharing.
I'm trying to work out what speckles I'm going to put on here.
I've got a tea strainer if you want one too, if you prefer.
Nah.
Where are we? Leanne Barron's back and settled in for the live dive. She's thumbs up. She's grabbed a coffee. All the things.
Excellent.
Look at those blues. Lots of people are looking at. Oh, apparently Game Widows has mint slices that she's not sharing. It's like, fine, be like that. Says Chantel, creeping in the very edge of the camera. Oh. Kylie's going in with the speckles. I might just step over a dash and have a drink of water while she does that. Because I put my mask down somewhere. Don't know where it is.
I brought some colours.
Oh no, look, it's right here. It's right where it should be. Not on my face though. There we go. Kylie can speckle away now, not worry. Oh, goodness me. So those of you that are just joining our live dive session here, we've got Kylie who's sort of sitting on a chair because she's a tad taller than I am.
Like, way taller.
Yeah, like I'm 5'2" and Kylie's 6'1". So just a tad taller. So what we're doing is we're having a chat while we do some live dyeing in our own sort of way, in our own ways and our own techniques, and we're trying to match up to this beautiful photo that Jedi Nightling has put up in the Fiberific hashtag. So we've got lots of fun stuff going on. We're asking questions. So if you've got any questions for Kylie, Kylie's been running Fiber Lily for a few years now, and has got an amazing following and just does a beautiful, beautiful job in not only dyeing the yarn, but in also displaying it and packaging it and making colours to match, which is somewhere I really fell down. I just made a lot of colours I liked and didn't really plan how to use more than one skein.
I did that in the beginning as well, but then I realised that not everyone loves just the colours that I love. You got to
Yeah, you have to cater for more than just yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, see, I think I cater for myself because I couldn't grasp the concept that other people actually wanted my yarn.
Oh, okay.
It was one of those things. Like I've got this, Andrea tells me about it all the time, that my negative voice is really, really quite mean to me. I've got this inner monologue that is quite nasty, and so it's been doing that for some time. So it's like, oh, don't bother dyeing more than that. No one's going to want it.
And that's the self-conscious thing. It's not because nobody actually wants it.
No, that's exactly right. It's coming from me. Yeah, for sure. It's my own negative inner monologue. I've never had anyone say anything nasty, at least not to me. So if you're thinking it, don't say it.
I can relate to that too. I get that feeling too.
Yeah.
But I think I'll give it a go, and if no one likes it, no one will buy it, and I won't dye a whole heap of it.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
You're going to try it.
Yeah. Well, when I first made that sock kit, the rainbow sock kit, I had a contingency plan for what I was going to use that yarn for when it didn't sell.
But it sold.
Not only did it sell, but I had to redo the runs 3 times and sold 45 kits.
Yeah.
Which is quite a lot for me. That was the biggest thing.
Does that then give you a boost of confidence? Like, I am going to try something and other people will like it?
You'd think it would.
But it didn't.
It didn't. It doesn't. It actually makes me think, well, that was my one-hit wonder. But these guys here in the live chat and everything, they're always so positive, and it really helps having the community make nice comments, and it really, so every now and again I can be see, in a negative monologue, these people like it and their opinion matters more than yours, nasty inner monologue.
Yeah.
So I've got people asking questions in here. Are there colours you don't like? She's not fond of purples and reds, especially together. This is from Sharon Waddell.
I don't.
And are you aware of any good metallic colours like copper?
No. I'm not aware of any good metallic colours like copper, but there are colours that I don't particularly like. Green.
Oh, it says the lady who just used lots of green.
That's blue. And there's an issue going on between me and the rest of the world that
See, I think that's blue, but what you speckled on looked green.
It's a blue-green,
okay, all right, yeah. I'm not going to argue with you. We see our colours how we see our colours.
I do.
I've just had a mosquito, like, literally commit suicide into my pan. Look at that.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Could find that mosquito.
Yeah, green. I find that green tends to muddy things up.
Yeah. Do you think it might be the kind of green, or do you feel that way about all greens?
I feel that way about most greens.
Bob Wilson, insert cheeky voice. I hate your TIFF colour. It's horrible, haha. And Kylie's carousel is not my favourite either.
Carousel is her favourite.
Oh, we've got some flickering going on.
Is that me?
No, hang on a second. We've got to turn on some more light. The sun went away and it made the area darker. So I'll try and give us a bit more light. We've worked out that my camera is dying and it doesn't like it when the down here is darker than up here. And so that's where the flickering's coming from. So I'm going to have to upgrade my camera soon, you guys. I mean, this camera's done me for 3 years, so I'm pretty happy with that, really. Okay, we have more questions. Hang on a second. There was one about cones. What's the difference between in making your own hanks from a cone? You both prefer it, but what's the difference?
I like that I can make them the size that I want, like yardage-wise around.
Yeah. See, I'm the same.
I go over here around.
Yeah. That's a dirty spoon.
Because the yeah, that was probably me.
Oh, okay. No, it wasn't any of your colours. It just looked like that. Like manky.
With the shorter skeins tend to be short and stubby, and I prefer to use a longer skein.
Yeah.
Spread it out better in the pan.
Yeah. See, I like a longer skein, but I also like my skeins to be a particular length, which is weird. And it's like, is it 1.5 meters? And I'm like, no.
It's my own special measurement.
Own special measurement that I am happy with, and you cannot control me or make me decide that it's not good, because that's what I'm doing.
Odd But Nice is asking, Chantel, are you going to be doing more mini skein sets?
Yes, I will be.
And
once Andrea makes me more mini skeins.
Have I ever thought to
Andrea's in there laughing.
I have mini skein sets.
Kylie's got some.
I do.
People like a whole pile of fibre fins are going to be making bantams because Deanne popped in beautiful 40% discount code for fibre fins.
So it was only a couple of weeks ago that my mini skein set sold out. So I've been getting ready to restock a whole heap of new ones. Like I don't do the same ones over and over again. I just do
whatever you feel like when you feel like
mini skein packs. Yeah, when the shop sells out, I just throw a bunch of new ones in. So I do have the Spectrum kit, right? That's my rainbow kit.
Oh, there you go. So if you want to make a rainbow bantam, that'd be the way to go.
I think someone did. I don't know.
Oh, there are some amazing bantams out there. Sorry, I'm just watching.
This is very dark on that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Do you want to grab a photo with your camera and we'll pop it up on Instagram after? Have you put all the colours in that you're going to put in?
No, I'm still going.
No, once you've popped all your colours in, I tend to grab a separate photo because the camera doesn't do it justice.
Yeah.
Does it, guys? Those that have seen it come in the Instagram photos later are always surprised. Let's have a look. While my green settles in, I'm going to stand back here. So Kim Nelson's asking, so for Kylie, is the Swish sock length compared to the Aussie sock length?
It's slightly long. Aussie sock?
That's what she's written here.
Super soft sock. The Swish sock is shorter, slightly shorter than my super soft sock. Yeah.
Okay.
In the skein. If that's what you mean. Or the yardage of the whole skein for the super soft sock is 390 meters and it's 400 meters for the Swish.
Yeah.
So
Bob Wilson says she used a lot of your Spectrum colours in the jumper that she made, and they're gorgeous.
Yes. It was awesome. I think you saw it when we went to Scan Sisters.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Odd But Nice says, buy more yarn to contribute to the new camera fund. Oh, thank you, Odd But Nice.
There's a plug for you.
Thanks very much. And I'm okay with that. Do it. Fibrific.com.au. Hit it up. Oh, I just polished that pink just here. That was the one you had there. That's the one you want. Kim says, and she was so over it by the time she finished doing those minis, and so were all my friends that came to have coffee. I'm like, hey, let's have coffee, sure. And they're like, are we doing minis again? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, my camera's not happy. I've tried to boost in some more light. The sun went behind clouds, and it got a bit dark in here, so I've moved the lighting around a little, so hopefully it can keep going. Sorry, guys, it really is not coping.
I'm just speckling away.
So someone said for you to check the temperature in your pan, Kylie, but Kylie's watching her own pan. She likes to do things differently.
I'm watching. It's all good.
So need to find mallard duck photos because she loves their colours. Apparently I'm making a lily pond. Doesn't look much like a lily pond here, but it really does up there.
See, you using green looks amazing. I struggle with green.
See, green's one of the colours I love. So I love blues and greens. I struggle using browns, although I am getting better with it.
I like brown.
People are saying, you can contribute to the camera fund by supporting Fibrific on Patreon or by using Super Chat. All of these things help, guys. And if you do Patreon, you do get early access when I make videos. But that's few and far between. But that's where I predominantly get the funds for upgrading equipment. Kylie was here today going, oh my God, you've got this and you've got that and all these things.
I'm just moving over so I can get some heat there.
Yep, no worries. I can wiggle over a little bit so you can move a bit more.
Shove you over.
It's fine. I know where I stand. It's totally fine.
So I spilled some dye on my phone. I'm just going to tip it in there.
Don't drop your phone. Do you want some paper towel or something?
No, I'm good.
Chris Bragg says she's seeing bubbles in both pans. We're being gentle. We've got very low temperatures. So
what's wrong with bubbles? Can I ask?
Oh, see, bubbles are bad. That's my thing is I don't like bubbles in my yarn when I'm dyeing.
Bubbles
because coming from like a fibre dyeing sort of background, oh my God, we're getting super chats.
What does that mean?
That means people are donating money directly through YouTube.
Oh, there you go.
You guys are awesome. Kim Nelson, thank you. And Chintamani. You guys are brilliant. Thank you so much for that.
Yay!
Kim Scullen's telling me to give you a pair of gloves. I offered gloves, but Kylie's not a glove wearer.
I don't wear gloves.
So yeah.
It's a very tactile experience.
Yeah, see, they think I just don't wear gloves because I forget.
No, I don't wear gloves.
Simone Cross is asking, what colour dyes did each of us use?
Oh.
Do you know?
God,
You used so many.
many.
I've only used 2 so far because I'm too busy talking, and I've used a bit of turquoise and a bit of Kelly green so far is where I've gone.
I've got Pacific, Salt Marsh. I have turquoise here and I planned on using it, but I haven't. I put some sapphire blue, some lilac, and some pink.
I'm also going in with some Landscapes Raspberry now. It's just something, I can't tell you what this mix is. It's just a random bottle I had left over from something else. It could look dreadful. But it seems to be working so far. As long as I don't put it on the green, I'll be fine.
I don't like those amount of bubbles.
Do you want to drop your, can you drop your tip?
I think I'm exhausted anyway.
Okay, so you can turn the heat off if you want.
Almost exhausted.
I'm just adding more colour, so I just need to keep it in for a bit longer to get these colours set.
That blue's going to take a while. You know what I really want to do now is just get brown and go tap all over it, but I won't.
Well, I think people will appreciate that you don't, because not everybody likes brown on everything. And we've got something that you can go a bit brown hard on.
Yeah, I know. Oh, you see my head.
She's like, run away.
I think it's good. There's all different blues and a bluey green. pinks. I think it's good. That's going to need a bit of time.
That's right. What we're going to do is we can pop other pans on top of them and pop them on the heat on the other side. Yeah. So once you're happy with the colours you've popped in, we get Andrea in, and Andrea comes and takes our pans away for us. So just...
Andrea's a legend.
Andrea's amazing, and it's been so awesome having Andrea here for Dye Streams. Oh, actually, it's been amazing having Andrea here full stop.
I love you two fighting over me. Do you want to take a pan away for you?
Actually,
grab your photo before the pan runs away.
I want it more pink because.
Okay, so mine looks like a muddy mess here on the camera. Not. Looks amazing. Let me grab a photo. Oh, that's not that photo. Extreme close-up of my face.
I want some good heat in here. It's not going to exhaust.
That's right.
Oh, photo. You keep telling me, and I just wasn't.
Look at mine. Beep.
Yours looks awesome.
I'm so excited.
Bright green's amazing in yours.
There we go. Woohoo! We've got our photos. Let me grab my phone and we'll check to see any other messages.
I think you've done a nice bright version. I've done a real muted version.
Yeah, and that's the advantage. We're both looking at this photo from a different sort of perspective, and wow, that's really, really flipping out there, isn't it? That camera's losing its mind. Hang on a second, guys. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go like this and we can have a talk, because we're not going to add any more colours for a minute while we do some pan shuffling, and I'll also do some light adjusting to try and get a bit more of that light up and over on top.
Yeah.
So, Kylie.
Yes.
If you could do anything you wanted with Fibre Lily, what would it be?
I don't even know. Just keep doing that for the rest of my life.
Yeah?
I guess. Just keep growing it, growing the business. Ultimately, it would be awesome if it could become a family business that I pass down.
Yeah, I know that feel. Sorry, I'm just giving us more light is what I'm doing here. Taking off the fuses and hopefully we're not blinded by it. Sorry, Carl.
Tad. It's alright.
Andrew's just checking out our pans. So it might be a bit bright for us to look at, but hopefully, I'm just going to do a drop down to our pans just to see how it's coming up there. It's definitely a bit brighter. Let's see if it flickers. It's not flickering for now, but that doesn't mean anything. It wasn't flickering before either. Okay, so drop back up while Andrea comes and organises pans for us. Camera's glitching. Yeah, I'll fix that as best I can. Freaky Geek says, I agree, they both look great and somewhat different.
Yeah.
Would either of us open an actual yarn store?
Oh, I've thought about it.
So have I, actually.
But I wouldn't be able to keep doing what I'm doing now and have a yarn store.
Do you want more heat?
There's no way.
I'll need more heat and a lid.
But how good would that be? A yarn store right near my house.
Yeah.
I would love that. Let me have a look. Who's asking questions? Sharon's going to feed the dog.
Sharon's going to feed her dog? Okay. Oh, sorry. I was just coming in to turn your heat off.
Don't touch your face, Kylie. Why? Why? Because it might get on my face.
You've got all beautiful green. Looks fantastic.
Do you need more heat under yours?
But no, it says I buy yarn because my income is too unstable to do Patreon. I understand that and I appreciate everything that you do. Yeah, I popped another light up on the stove. Well, I actually changed how I set up the lights because I can't use any more power than we're already using. Because otherwise we might lose our stream and just blow everything up. Tim says Kylie's going to have blue ears if she keeps scratching. Tim Wakeham. Do you know Tim? He buys all the lime green yarn. All the lime green yarn. What about a studio for dyeing with a shop front to sell your yarn? So like, I look at like my dream setup would be something like L'Aubie and Ami in France. We've got like this little shop front, massive dye area at the back.
Yeah, I think the only thing that holds me back from wanting to do that is that I actually have to leave my house to do that.
There's that. There's definitely that. Because I had the separate premises for a while. And I still dyed here because it was too pretty over there to dye. And I definitely look forward to dye days where I could just dag it down.
Just stay at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a huge...
Oh, someone loves my Doctor Strange shirt. Thanks, Talia.
Do you have any more tinfoil?
Very cool.
No, I don't. That's it.
Okay.
I'm out.
No.
Okay.
You just want me to use the bigger lid?
Yeah. See if they'll do it. Otherwise, give Kylie, because Kylie needs more exhausting than me, so make sure hers seals up.
Okay.
Tighter.
What else could you use? Could just flip a pan upside
Yeah,
down.
but I think we're going to need all the pans is the problem.
Yeah, but for a little while,
Okay.
it'll hold. Just make sure some stuff.
There you go.
You have
Yeah, thanks.
Unplug the coffee machine, get more power. Oh, we're running our power from separate places. So we've already got all the power. I've got 15 amp power to run this setup. We've got Andrea over here with more pans set up. We have to be careful not to blow my house up, guys. Leanne says that Kylie's yarns are in some of the small yarn supplier outlets. Could you see you doing that in the future, Chantel, where we could go in and purchase your yarns?
Yeah.
Look, I can see it, but that also scares me a little bit in that yarn stores will want to buy X amount of skeins, and I don't really have any experience with that. I'd have to talk to my friend Kylie about how she does it and not has a heart attack. Because I stress about things like, at least I know that if I don't put my yarn up on my website, that's my own damn fault for not selling yarn. Whereas if I was like, oh, I'm selling it in stores except nobody's buying it, it's that whole negative voice thing going again. So I love the idea, but that's about it.
It's your negative voice.
I do. I have a very negative inner monologue that really does hold me back from a lot of things, and I do try to ignore it. And sometimes I will try to overcompensate it, and so I might appear more confident than I really am. Yeah, definitely a thing.
Do you lead us again?
What are we dying?
The next picture. Let's have a look at our next picture, guys. So I'll just take off this one. Which one would you like? Yeah.
You choose. I chose that.
Oh no. It's a tough one. You want to do that one?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this one. We're going to do one that we saw today that we were both like, oh my Lord, we need that in our lives. So kill that one.
I'm going to do it.
This one. There we go. So it is a fire, you guys, blue and orange and purple, and we're both like, oh. Odd But Nice loves our hair too, by the way.
Our hair?
Yeah. There's lots of people who are watching that have not hit the thumbs up. Well, you guys need to either decide, are we entertaining or not, and hit thumbs up or thumbs down. Go either way.
Don't hit thumbs down. Don't go that way.
Bianca Yarn has to go now. She's been loving our work.
Oh, Bianca. Hi, Bianca. Thank you for dropping in.
So,
Bianca's at work.
Oh gosh, Bianca. I hope you didn't get busted. We have a few that watch from work and they have like little headphones in. I hear some stories. Okay, can I pretty please have just one jug? Yep. For now, and I'll decide what I'm going to do.
I really, the whole dyeing and monitoring comments.
It's tricky.
It's a skill. You've got skill.
It is a skill. It's something that I've practiced over lots of years. Oops, down there. Like that. I've definitely practiced a lot to try and sort of get the skill.
Definitely a skill. I just scratched my ear again. You got gloves, I'll put them on.
Kim, whose photo this is, said that they threw mystic powders onto the fire. So what they did was they actually threw like copper and stuff. Because we used to do a lot of pottery, and my uncle's a potter, and when he made the... are you going gloves?
Yeah, I don't want
Okay. Jackie Doyle says that she mods from work, but she has an awesome boss. Christine Crisp has come to the chat. Hey, Christine. It is a fantastic photo, isn't it? So do you reckon we should do this one in our sock again? I think our sock will look better for fire.
DK.
Oh, you've got a DK? Yeah. I've just grabbed a whole pile of sock.
You know what I might do?
And some mohair.
A DK and a mohair. For this one and for the next one.
That sounds fun. Let's do that too.
Okay.
But a sock in it, you know.
Yep.
We're copying is what we're doing. You made the decision. It sounds great. Let's do that.
Totally fine with that.
So Kylie's Instagram, yep, absolutely. Keep mods if you can keep throwing those social media links in for both Kylie and myself.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I think 2 liters again.
Yeah.
Are you going to lick the acid again, just out of curiosity?
Might need a bit more.
No, I'm not doing that this time because you laughed at me last time.
It's all good. I'm just coming over to steal the acid. You need to speak up, remember?
I only just got here and she's mean to me.
Get used to it.
Welcome to the club.
Alright.
Like, I'm mean to me. Why would I be nice to you? I've just got the acid next to you there if you decide you want a little bit.
You've got to remember that I've soaked in it. So.
Yeah, see, whereas I don't. See, that's another difference between Kylie and myself. If I know I'm going to be speckling, I'll soak in acid. But if I'm not sure, I soak in just a really nice delicate wash, which helps to lift like the machine oils out of the milling manufacturing process, so that the yarn's nice and soft and lofty. But it does take a little bit longer for the yarn to absorb the dye and become colour fast. Both processes are totally legit.
Totes legit.
Totes legit.
All right, let me look at this picture.
Okay, so that's a darkish background with like.
I think I'm just going to focus on the fire.
Well, see, I'm going to do a little underlay of some sort of something darkish, sort of, and then go crazy. That's what, and it could work. I might end up with a nice muted one, and you might end up with like the brilliant fire.
I'm going to go for fire.
Andrea really loves dealing with the mohair. It's her favourite.
She hates it.
She does. Now, I'm just going to be adding in, because I just want it to be a little bit, I'm just double checking that this is, so I'm just going to add in some of my black straight in. Now, because there's extra acid in this pan, it's going to strike whatever hits it, so I've got to be a bit cautious.
I'm going to
give it a bit of...
Go
through the dye, go hard. And there's more up there as well. And there's also landscapes over there if you want landscapes. See, we're totally on the cuff, you guys. Totally on the fly. Bob Wilson's asking, does anyone else here feel like they're hanging out with friends? Absolutely. I always feel that way about like our live chats, but I'm also in the enviable.
I feel like I'm hanging out with my friends.
Yeah, because I was going to say we three are actually hanging out.
Yeah. No, but with everyone that's watching too.
Okay.
I don't have
are they for me?
Yes, they are.
Alrighty.
See how that goes.
This should be fun because I'm working around the boom arm of the camera as well.
You know what I might use? That dye I bought that I haven't used before.
Ooh. I think it's just a little one, so it'll be in the bucket. Hey, Andrea, can I possibly grab just a smidge more water, please? Just probably another litre. So I'm going with a muted darker background, if that makes sense, you guys. So I've popped a bit of the black in, but it's got a really nice soft grey, because in the photo it's more like shadows. Oh, thank you. Shadows on greens, but I've decided just to stick straight with the sort of the grey tone. I got a bit hot there. Oh, that's why. Hello. Wow. So when you accidentally go up to 9, it didn't short us out. So bonus. My book was on 9.
Oh. The power didn't go out.
Well, it doesn't always. ways. And I think if we were both on 9, it'd be a different thing. It's like, that really struck fast. It's like, it's quite warm. Don't put your fingers in it.
There's blues and purples.
Mel says it's her favourite part of the week. Lots of people saying that they love being here with their friends. Bob Wilson says, I think it's because I've met you both before, but also there's lots of familiar names in the chat.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Claire. You should totally hang out with us in our chats. Crochet Clock says that it was amazing. She was amazed at how comfortable she was at CGOA because of all the folks that hang out with her in the live chat. She felt like she already knew them.
Yeah.
Didi says she's home alone, but she certainly doesn't feel like that. Oh, that's awesome. You guys are brilliant.
So cool.
You guys are amazing. Really. So sweet. I love these chats. And I've never shared like this.
I watch every Thursday now.
Really?
Yeah. I'm there. You just
I do see your name pop up every now and again, but as you've worked out, sometimes it's very easy to miss.
Oh, absolutely.
And I do feel bad, especially when I've realised someone's asked a question a few times.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm like, don't want to answer that question. It's because I just didn't see it.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to miss, especially in the dye streams, because we do have to focus on our yarns as well. Do you need some help?
No.
You good? Okay, so while we're getting started, the other thing I've noticed is I put my ties up that end and you put your ties down this end. Isn't it bizarre?
Do you think because I'm left-handed?
I don't know. I've no idea.
But whenever I'm teaching somebody something, I always do it backwards.
Really?
Compared to them.
But
I only write with my left hand. I do everything else with my right hand except certain things I do back to front.
Wow.
Like cutlery. I don't do cutlery right, apparently.
Oh, okay. Neither do I, but I think it's just because I'm an uncouth, misspent youth kind of person.
All right, so I'm going to go powdered dyes straight on, push them down, real intense.
Oh, like how I've seen you doing some of your videos that you pop up on Facebook?
Yeah, probably that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go from the purple tips, the blues, down into the bright orange, and
that's going to be amazing.
Keep some yellow in there. And if I can't get it right through, I might flip them over and do it on the other side. And see how you go. Well.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm going random flying seat of the pants, and I've already started.
Yeah, I can see that.
I threw a bit of it's a black in, but really watered down and then watered down even more. So it's gone like a really nice smoky grey.
Silver grey.
Yeah, and probably a dash more on the mohair than I would have liked, but, we can't have everything. I'm just watching my heat here because mine did go a little bit like,
I want mine to go,
Well, we've worked out that, I could be on 2 and you could be on 9 if you really want to be. You can pop up to 4.
Whack a bunch of heat in there?
Yeah, whack a bunch of heat in. Just keep an eye on it. And I'll drop mine down for a second just so I don't have a heart attack. What have we got here? We've got no more messages coming up, so that's cool. So,
I'm going whole heat.
Oh, look at this. Kylie's going hard on the citric acid. Ivy May wants to know, we've got some lefties in the group here. What leg do you hop on, Kylie, left or right? I don't hop, so. Left. The questions, the important unanswered questions are being answered here today in this live dye. Mohair in the middle. Oh, yeah, we both got our mohairs. The mohair is in the middle.
Because I do everything backwards, see?
That's right.
Chantel's done it right, probably. I want some
Black
heat
Pearl
in
Knits
here.
has jumped in. Just give it a second.
Let's go slow.
All right, and then drop that on so that you can pull it up. Black Pearl Knits has jumped in. Patty's Crochet and Craft Process is here. She says, I write and eat with my left, but do everything else, including crochet, with her right. So when I was...
See, I knit and crochet... can you knit? I knit and crochet right-handed.
Yeah. See, when I did some certification. I'm certified with Craft Yarn Council of America to teach both knitting and crochet to intermediate levels. And one of the things that we had to prove that we could do was crochet left and right-handed, because that whole just watch what I do from the other side is a bit of when you're the paid instructor, that's a cop out.
Yeah.
So you can't do that if you're charging people to teach them.
Yeah, and that's fair enough.
And I agree, but it was a bit of a like, oh my God, okay. So I had to practice. And the way I practiced was actually tapestry crochet. So I crochet one way and then crochet the other way. So I would do that. And then I also do knitting left and right when I'm doing entrelac.
That's amazing.
So I don't have to flip the work. I just knit left and knit right.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was a skill I learnt from a video.
Not me. I just right-handed basic.
Lots of thumbs going up here. Jackie Doyle says, when I had my knee reconstruction, I had to learn how to hop again. Couldn't do it. Had to think through each step. Look, I can hop, but I'm very big, and like we don't need that scene, that whole someone doing a slow motion gif of all the wobbly bits. And that's what goes through my brain before I do any of that stuff. Is like, do you want to see a gif of that later? The answer is no.
Someone pull it and turn it into a gif.
And that's what my brain does. It's from coming from like a real big sort of gamer background, because that's what happens.
Yeah.
Is that they'll be twitching something on stream, and within seconds, someone's created a gif of that. So I'm really hypersensitive. Like, I definitely don't need to see that. I don't want to see it ever. So I don't do it.
So you're not going to hop then?
I'm not hopping. No.
Okay.
Also, busted knees. Probably not the wisest thing to do. Crochet Clock says she can't do anything with her left hand. I can colour in with my left hand, because when I banged up my right hand, I've got permanent nerve damage here.
And you had to use your
I have to use my left hand.
I can write with my right hand, but it's just not as fluent.
It's not what you want. Okay. I'm just going to steal some colour, you guys, and probably put my mask back on.
I'm just trying to get some heat evenly all over this.
You probably won't get it evenly all at the same time. Let me just check out the pans.
Alright, well let's do this end, because I've got lots of heat going on up there at the moment. We unpause it.
Oh yeah, and then you can adjust it. Yeah.
And then you pause it again.
Yeah, just so that you can slide the pan over it without it changing the temperature on you.
Makes sense.
Okay.
So what was I going? Purple up the tip.
I'm just checking which purple. I was just totally spied which purple you were using. I was like, ooh, which purple?
I'm going to use lilac. What are you
I'm
using?
using purple.
Oh, okay.
I'm going boring. Well, it's not boring. I love this purple so much.
Lots in there to make it really intense.
See, I'm going to be going a bit more of the speckly method.
But not too much on the mohair too, because it just won't suck it up.
No, and it takes forever to exhaust.
Yeah.
I've never speckled on mohair before.
Well, I'm not so much speckling. I'm just putting the dye straight on and then mixing it in the dye pan.
Yeah, see, I've not done that either. I've always pre-dye. So I think you've got the right shade of purple. I definitely don't. I need to add some more blue to this.
And I think if it doesn't go right through, it'll still be that intense bright purple on the other side.
Check it out.
See how that?
It's gone red on the mohair.
What colour is that? Oh. It might change with heat.
Yeah. I scared Andrea with one of the blacks.
That looks blue on the screen.
Oh, it totally does. The screen does not cope well with purple. Actually, it just doesn't cope well with any colours. It really doesn't. It's terrible to say. It just doesn't.
I want some turquoise.
Here, there's a big pot of it right here.
I thought I had some there.
That's all right. I've got plenty. I've also got a new jar that I haven't bought yet. Oh, Kylie, without the safety.
I always wear my safety.
I think I may have gone a bit hard with the purple.
Huh?
I really like purple, guys. It's like an automatic response. Oh, someone's yelling at you, mask.
Yeah, I didn't see the comment. I realised before the comment. But...
Yeah. All right, so I want to go something. I want some orange in here. So, but because I am going this crazy off colour of these, I've decided to go the off colours, which is what you did before. I'm going to go a different kind of orangey colour. That's not going to fit in there, Chantel. I've only got a little pot of it, so my normal spoon's not going to work.
What did you say again? Sorry, I was focused
So,
on
because my purple is so off from the purple, I've decided to go with sort of colours but in the warmer colour family rather than the cool colour family. So rather than going like a straight orange, I'm going like salmon. But when you go salmon and intensely add it, it goes sort of like a pinky orange, which is, I suppose, what salmon is really, isn't it?
Yes.
Effectively.
I've got all your oranges over here.
Yeah, I know. That's why I struggled to find an orange.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's totally fine. This is the one I wanted. You didn't have the one I wanted. I was like, ha ha ha! You did not have the one I want.
I've got that colour, but I rarely use it.
Look, me too. And I think I just bought a new big container of it because it's a colour that I very rarely use, but I actually really enjoy it when I do.
Yeah, I think I had a colourway back in the day with it. It's one of the first colours I ever bought.
Oh, really? So I've got this pile of periwinkle. Because when I put in my...
I noticed that.
You're like, why is there so many periwinkles? Because when I put in my first
I don't judge.
Dharma order, or not Dharma, what are these, Jacquard. So when I put in my first Jacquard order, I went through and just ordered one of these little mini tubs of every colour.
Yeah.
Except somehow I did a typo and ended up with 11. 11 of the periwinkle. So,
funny.
You know, Mystery Lace Club that month was purple.
Surprise, surprise. I think I need more of this one.
What have we got here? Use the hand, the other end of the spoon if your pot is maybe small. Oh, yeah, good point, Kim Nelson. Use the handle.
Yeah.
Like, hello. That's right, I just grabbed a smaller spoon. So I have left somewhere to do a bit of blue. How are we looking on the other sides of these yarns? So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is so dark.
You know what? I never dye.
I am loving this gradient. I think it's gorgeous.
I never do.
And I like your little nod to green.
Yeah.
Just your little nod to the background.
It accidentally happened in the same spot on both sides.
Isn't that brilliant?
Brilliant.
Brilliant. Okay, can I steal a bit of that too?
Yeah.
Thanks. I need to do a bit of blue. And I'm tossing up whether or not to go a warmer blue or to just lift it with some. I'm just going to lift it with turquoise, I think. We'll soon find out if it lifts it or not. Are we ready?
They look different on the screen, don't they?
They do, yeah. It's a bit of. But the good thing is we need to see it so that we know what they're seeing, like what everyone in the chat see. Okay.
How's this going on the other side?
Oh, it's coming through.
Yeah, it's
I'm
still
just watching my phone
pale,
like wobble.
Oh, sorry. That's me.
Someone's asked, is Kylie doing the middle of the fire and Chantel doing the ends? Well,
yes, that's what we're doing.
That was our plan, wasn't it? Yes, totally our plan.
We totally planned that.
Totally planned the whole time.
Oh, I'm hot. Turn down.
But that's the thing, like you think, oh, it's not getting hot, and then all of a sudden it's like,
boom!
Bubbles!
I don't actually want to flip this because if I do,
you're
going to
lose your colour. It's going to bleed.
Purples all swishing in together. So.
I reckon just leave it and you'll have some nice little cream specks.
Yeah, I do. The other side has definitely.
Oh, it's definitely got colour.
Yeah, push the mohair colour over that side.
Love it.
Thanks. See, even putting that onto the blue has. Pretty much. Mohair is. You know, I think mohair is my least favourite actually.
Oh my god.
Because you got to be so careful with it. But I think it's almost exhausted.
Oh, I'm nowhere near exhausted, but I've got my temperature quite low.
We've gone the opposite. You've gone the muted and I've gone the
yeah.
dark.
But as everyone who watches the live dyes knows, what it looks like in the pan could be absolutely nothing like what it's like once it's dried and schemed.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm just going to, fall over my own thongs because I've got my safety boots on today. I'm just going to blad up my heat just a little and just get some in the ends here. This end is a bit, and then once I have a bit of heat, I'll have a look at it. Is that a dish of mixed berries that I see on the left? Yes, that's exactly what it is. Yep. Have you got the lid there for the turquoise? Oh, no, that's all right. I just like to put the lid back on because I want to take my mask off.
Yeah, well, don't take it off for too long because I'm taking this off.
All right, that's all right. Let me know and I'll step aside for a second because Andrew's not masked today. All right, let me have a look. I'm having a read of our comments, guys. Okay. Lots of people in the chat. So many people here today. Thanks so much, all of you, for jumping in today and spending your Friday afternoon or Thursday night with us. Andrew Ball says that mine looks like the coals in the fire. Oh, I like that theory.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely like that theory. I'm just having a little look just to see. I've got so much dye in here to exhaust. Even on this side, look at this. This one might be in the pan for a while. Look at you laughing at me. Don't remind me, I'm trying to soak up as much sun as I can. Oh, okay. Liz Brims has just arrived. She had a client run late.
Sorry.
Just hit me, it's fine.
Sorry.
So there's heaps of people in the chat, heaps of people hanging out. Sally says that she's loving seeing our different interpretations of the same photo.
Yeah, they're very different.
They are.
This is
outside of your use.
Yeah, I would not normally go
this is a
so
safe
variegated
place.
like that.
This is a safe, and I wouldn't normally do this.
Yeah, I think
this is not my normal thing. But I just really wanted to mix it up a little. This is like an experimental day for both of us. There's no branding repercussions.
No, that's it.
We're just playing.
Yeah.
And for those of you that are wondering what's going to happen with the yarn, if you weren't here at the start or didn't hear me already dribble on about it, we're going to be running some giveaways on our Instagram and on our Facebook groups over the next coming week. So keep an eye on both of those. So make sure if you don't follow me or you don't follow Fiber Lily on our Instagram and Facebook pages, make sure you're on there because otherwise you will not hear about the giveaways of these yarns that we're doing now.
Yeah.
The Black Pearl Knit says they're looking amazing. Love how different they both look.
Thank you.
And Christine says we do love a live dye stream. These yarns looking gorgeous.
I love watching you dye yarn.
Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. Of all the things to clarify, but okay.
I do enjoy watching you dye yarn, so I can imagine that those at home that are watching.
Yeah, because I love playing with the colour. I'm seeing the inspiration photo exactly between the pans, and it looks great.
Excellent. We did it.
We have. I popped it up on purpose.
Oh, you want to?
Yeah, I just needed to get a bit more heat into the bottom.
Your brown looks different.
Like bad different or good different?
Is it brown?
You got brown there, or have you grabbed something else?
It's brown.
Okay. It's quite sandy, this batch.
Yeah, because.
Oh, hello, brown over the top.
Yeah, I gotta go.
She's got to do it. She can't help herself.
It's too bright.
I can't cope. I need to tone it back. I need to tone it back.
I do. There's something that it needs something just to pull it into line. And I'm hoping that's going to do it.
Yeah, it should do. It should do.
Mine
could just end up being mud.
Well,
but like, look at it. I'm really liking all the little. Sorry guys, but you're not really seeing what we're seeing here. I'm just gonna.
I love how your orange is still there. It hasn't muddied.
Yeah. Well, I tried, but just because I try doesn't mean that's what happens.
I think you've done good.
So I'm just going to try and get some photos. It's a bit hard because we've got a bit too much light here for usual stuff, just because we're trying to stop the camera above having a hissy fit, because it's on its way out, guys. So we are going to be working on saving up for a new webcam. So yeah, what's happening here? Lots of emails. Chantel, get away from your emails. I'm on my phone. I couldn't help myself. I stopped reading my emails, guys. I stopped. Chris Bragg says that she agrees, and the brown sprinkles are giving it some depth.
Yeah. And the more it sits.
Yeah, it really is. It's not detracting at all. No. It's beautiful. It is creating depth and shadow to all those colours, which is perfect for the fire, because the fire isn't just bright orange. There is it's totally tonal.
Flecks of darker colours through there.
For sure.
Oh, sorry.
Sure. Are you right?
Stuck my head right under the camera.
Oh, I do it all the time. People have seen all my regrowth. It's no secrets here. Because my hair's not naturally blue. For those of you that don't know, I dye my hair. It's not naturally blue. Yeah.
Oh, you just burst my bubble.
I'm sorry.
I've got a friend with naturally blue hair. It's so awesome.
Sorry. Kylie's orange pumpkin looks like she left a spoon in the pan. I don't know what that means. I think I should have read that.
Yeah.
Freaky Geek says, oh, apparently I've actually joined Fiber Lily's page already. Good job, Freaky. Good job, Freaky. Leanne says, I was late in how are you feeling today, Kim? Any improvements? Kim, which is one of our mod extraordinaires and a good friend of mine, and always.
Yes, Kim. I see Kim all the time.
Kim's at home with influenza A.
Yeah, I heard yesterday. Kim, that's horrible. And I also saw you say that you might come and join us tomorrow and spread your germs. Please don't do that.
She wouldn't. Kim is very, very, she jokes about being evil, but she's totally not evil.
I knew you wouldn't. I wish you could come.
Jai says that she loves the unicorn look that we have going on. I'm assuming she's talking about our hair.
Oh.
I'm assuming because this does not
natural.
Oh, sorry, I made assumptions. Yeah. See, that's what happens when you assume. She is naturally bright red. Has your orange turned red, Chantel? Not really. Here's me. I'm shocked. Here's me thinking that the blue was just a natural genetic thing from the Game of Widows. Sorry. I'm so sorry that I am such a fraud, guys. Sorry, not
so
sorry.
So misleading.
I know. Alrighty. So we're gonna need new pans in a sec. The mask. Oh, the masks on our heads make us look like unicorns. Because I just realised we both wear our mask in the same place. Because you just flip it out of the way. It makes me feel like I'm Sandy from Monkey Magic, personally. Yeah, germ sharing, not the best. Agreed. Totally agreed.
That's good.
You happy? Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, totally exhausted. That one's ready for... Would you soak that one, yeah? Or would you let it cool?
Yeah, I let it cool down.
Yep. Okay. All right.
I'm going to try it in some soap.
Yep.
Do you let it cool?
Not normally. You just soak it.
I want to let it cool down.
Yep, no worries. How much?
Party hats.
I still need a little bit more time.
Mine even has a smiley face.
I'm going to steal what you used as your lid and pop it on mine for a second. Because it just needs a bit more. Exhausted time. So what have we got here? I've turned off the heat there.
We need to paint those party hats.
We do. We need to do. Well, yours got a smiley face. Mine's got nothing. Nothing for me. I'm going to have a little sip of my water in a second. I'm getting a bit raspy. Have you got a heat rack thing? Oh, you're going to put it in the tiles. It's cool.
See, look at this. Heap of that colour's going to come straight back out of that mohair.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Mohair's evil. Look at this. Look at all this colour that is just sitting there. And it's totes cold. Just put her on 2. Yeah.
Can we... Oh, sorry.
No, you just turn it off. My God.
Oh my God, Kylie!
Got to push the
Kylie!
Are we going to be able to put something over it?
A lid?
Oh.
Yep.
Because it just needs steam.
They don't sit as well just because the lids sit up a little, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want me to take it off?
Yes, please. Mine will need more heat.
Okay.
Alright. Now, I know what I'm going to
Oh, guys, we have got one more. We've got one more photo that we've pre-chosen for you all. Are you ready to see our next photo? I'll just take that away. Go like this for a second. That was a bit close to my face. Hello.
Hello.
We've got one more colour that we're going to do, but something that I want to do beforehand is we're going to get our little pans all ready. So Kylie's got a pan, and I'll grab my pan in a second if it's a lid, but I need it as a lid for a second. So I've got my boom arm in the way again. Oh. So if you could make any yarn base you wanted in the world, what would that be? And while you think about that, you can have this, which is a little present for coming today.
Oh, what? What did you do? You already gave me a present.
Well, I gave you a birthday present. That's different. This is from me and the Fiberifians for coming and having a play. So you got some Blurple.
Oh, Blurple, the famous Blurple.
Oh, thank you.
MCN.
Yep.
I like a good MCN.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, thank you.
And just
I'm a Fiberifian. Apparently I'm a Fiberifian and a Fiberlilian at the same time.
Yeah. Little badges.
Oh, thank you, Chantel. And a pen as well. Fiberific pen.
Yep.
I'm all merched up.
You are merged to the rafters.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You shouldn't have, but I'm glad you did.
But I'm keeping it anyway.
I'll take that.
Keeping it anyway. Oh, thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for coming all this way and dying with us.
I have no regrets. It's been
Good.
amazing.
I'm glad you have no regrets.
Yeah. I was a bit nervous.
Yeah.
And I told you that before.
Yeah.
I feel fine now.
Oh, I'm glad, because it's a long way to come by yourself when you've not travelled by yourself before. Yeah.
But I'm proud. I'm proud I did it. I'm glad I did it.
I'm glad you did it too.
Because now I can do it again and I won't be so stressed.
That's right. Next time I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm going to wherever. When someone asks, hey, do you want to come to this thing? It's not that in the back of your mind that holds you back. It's just literally whatever's actually in your calendar.
Yeah.
It's not the fear of the unknown, because the unknown is gone.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I've overcome a hurdle.
That's so good.
And I'm so happy I came.
I'm glad. I'm just checking to see if anyone.
Cheerleaders again?
I think we'll start with 2. Yeah.
Kim says, but look, it's a stylus. The end of the Fiberific pen is a stylus for your smartphone.
It is.
Oh, there we go. Heidi Ross says, straight to the face and sniff. Can always tell someone who has yarn in their veins.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I have to feel it
like,
and smell it.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's how it goes for us yarnies, isn't it?
Kim says, next time I'll have to go down to Fiberlily HQ.
Yes. Next time you need to come down to Fiberlily for sure.
We'll have fun.
Yeah.
We'll have fun. Do you have like a step stool for me?
Yeah, you will need one.
Because I'm not going to be able to reach any of your workbenches.
Yeah, they're all built lift.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because everything is low for me, and I was like, how are you going to deal with this? But you're sitting, so that fixes that problem. How are you coping dying sitting?
Yeah,
Does it feel weird?
No, it's
good.
You should try it.
I would just like disappear and gone. I'd have to I'd need a second webcam like to tilt right down.
No, it's good. I like it.
Alright, I'm just going to get some heat into this pan while there's nothing there.
Oh yeah, me too.
So we have got one more photo that we're going to die for. So I'm going to pop that up now, you guys. Can you deal with one more colour? Can you deal with it? We have got a beautiful hibiscus. So I'll be really curious to see how we go with that.
I know.
With the die dye wench. Apparently you have to come with when we go down to Fiber Lily.
I already assumed that I was
we
doing
need
that
an
anyway.
assistant.
We do. We need someone who brings us our water and takes
Yes.
away our pans. And
We need an assistant.
I'm there.
you're going to get home and be like, right, who wants to come and work for Fiber Lily?
Well, I think I need someone to come and help. That's why my brother came last weekend
Yeah.
into my yarn cave, and I
Yeah.
started to teach him the basics of yarn dyeing, because when I get
You get
a couple of
inundated.
wholesale
Yeah.
orders, and I've got a shop update to do, and then Fiberfest coming up, there's so much.
And then you've got your mini
Needs
charm
doing.
society and
both the clubs,
Yeah.
and back orders.
Yeah.
Like lots of colorways. If they sell out, people can still order them. So
yeah. You
Yeah,
do.
it gets
You sometimes you
full on.
look at your list and you're just like, luckily for me, I have Andrea now, and I can be like, Andrea, we have to
but
dye
you
all these
remember what it
things.
was like.
Oh, I do. I
And
do. And I was
it
kind
is
of
very
forced
rewarding
into
to start to
doing
tick things
like
off.
hiring Andrea, and I kind of regret not doing it sooner.
Soon.
Um,
And you know what? I will be the same.
You'll wait until you're physically incapacitated and can't dye and thinking about shutting the dyeing part of your business down. Because that's where I
won't
was
do
at.
That.
that's where I was
You
at.
hurt yourself.
I did. I damaged now. I'm damaged goods now.
Yeah, no. We'll
So
get to
I
the
don't
point where I
recommend
just can't
waiting till
keep
you're
up.
broken.
Yeah.
Don't wait till you're broken. That's my one piece of advice.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
I take that advice. Now I just need to duplicate Andrea.
We just need a
Well, I
clone machine.
I did tell you that you need to come home with me.
Yeah.
Fiber Rookie 1 week, Fiber Lily the next week.
How's your family going to cope? Like, weren't they weirded out by you being at Bendigo?
They were. They didn't like that at all.
With no one to cook their dinner.
No, my parents had to come up because my
Oh,
daughter
to
was like,
take care
Dad's
of
not
the
going to cook
kid.
for us, is he?
Okay, so I'm going to pop off
Alright.
here and choose some colours for this beautiful, beautiful hibiscus. I am definitely going with some wild raspberry from Landscapes for the centre to sort of,
I need to mix the
emulate that
colour.
centre. And then I definitely want a nice sun yellow, some sort of orange to blend into that sun yellow. I'm just tossing up what to go with.
What are we going to do? What's everyone going to do while we're both mixing colours?
Well, we can talk and they can talk to each other, which is, they're used to me just walking off.
Just abandoning them.
Bob Wilson says, if I lived closer, I would love to be your dye wench, Kylie.
Oh, we'll move closer then.
She says move closer. Freaky Geek reckons there'd never be any work done because you'd be too busy having fun. Oh.
Hot?
Too hard on that.
Do you want to just quickly double
Excuse
check
the
the
language,
others?
yeah.
We just had a oh my god moment over on the other pans. We're all over here having a good time and the other pans are on heaters as well, like going, we're bubbling! Kim says that Chantel just walks off in person as well. So some of, like my ones could probably just be turned off with just their lids sealed up.
Yeah.
Just so that they hold the heat that's in there, but they don't have any extra.
Alright, I want to make.
You're making a colour.
Yes.
Okay.
I know which colour I want to make.
Well, I'm going to under dye everything with a hue of yellow.
Is that gold ochre?
The gold ochre's over there. I didn't steal it. I went and got some sun yellow
Oh, is it? Oh,
because I wanted a softer yellow. Oops, I've got like a really big spoon for what I want to do. I'm like, yeah, I don't need that much dye.
Do you want one of these?
No, it's alright. I got these. I've got all the little ones. See?
That looks really small compared to.
That's a quarter of a teaspoon.
Yeah,
that what
and
you-
That's what I use, but it looks so little.
It just looks tiny.
I think that's wrong, and mine is right.
So this is a much brighter yellow. This is more like I had a Barocca this morning yellow. And so on the camera it's very pale. Oh, my mask is slipping out my face. Alrighty. May I pretty please have a Pegasus and a mohair if there is one?
Yeah.
Thanks. So with Kylie being here using my equipment, she's very much a measurer and pourer. And we worked out that what I just assumed were dodgy lines on a bottle that were absolutely not accurate, they're totally accurate, and I've just been ignoring them. So they're actually accurate, yeah.
There's numbers written on
Have you sedated your chickens today? Not even one walkthrough while you're live dying.
I just flashed you.
No, they came through earlier and Kylie chased them, so they're probably like traumatized. But look, Finn's just over there pecking away. I can see them; they're floating around. They're not sedated. My chickens would probably try to attack me if I tried any such, shenanigans on them. They would call, Alright, I got a nice soft under yellow that I want across pretty much everything.
Oh, that's bright, isn't it? Tangy. Go you.
I'm going to tone it.
I think it's good.
You think it's good?
Yeah, maybe I'll do that too.
Do you want my yellow?
No, I won't copy.
And the other problem is because we're trying to light this so much, the white is just, this light is blowing out my pan.
Oh, it is. Yes.
Sorry, guys. I've just realised how blown out it is. I'll wait and see what a bit more colour in there does. Or I might even just try and half diffuse it and see if, because we're just trying to keep the camera from flickering. So I'm just going to see if we can just diffuse it a little and see if that makes a difference. Up here a little thing. I mean, you can see half of what's going on at least. We're less blinded.
Yeah, it was a bit in your face.
It was a dash in your face. But we're just trying to stop the camera from having a freak out every time we do stuff.
I'll get some heat going.
I was thinking I might need more water, but I'm actually quite happy with that level of water. Is what I'm going to do in here. How are you going, Kyle?
Yeah, good. I'm just going to do a mix. 1, 2.
Alright, so I want to get in a bit of a pink, and so that I can get that yellow to change hue to a little bit of orange and still get those pink edges. So I'm just going to mix up a little bit of pink. Where's our water? Here. Hey, Andrea. Yeah. Did that water, that little container? Yeah, I see it. Thanks. Kylie's over here making science.
I'm doing measuring.
Kylie's sciencing, you guys. You can't see it, but she's mixed a pile of colours and now she's actually measuring them out into a jug.
Well, because there's a recipe.
Oh, right, you've come prepared.
Well, I just know one of those colours that I dye is very similar.
Oh, okay.
So I thought if I make my mix, I can get a similar colour.
Ah.
That's smart, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm feeling like you're cheating, but it's fine. It's totally, we didn't really have any rules.
There was no rules. I'm not cheating. You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh dear. well. Well then, sciencing, love it. I'm excited to see Kylie's reaction to the fiberific yarn spinner. Yeah, I don't know if Kylie knows about the yarn spinner. What? Kylie, you're getting quite hot there and you've got a bit of pink speckle on you.
Oh, we'll get that.
Yeah, we've got a wool spinner. So we soak it and spin it out.
Oh, yeah. I use my washing machine, so I used to be interested to see that.
I used to use my washing machine.
Thanks for watching.
That's all right. It was getting a bit.
I really do.
But I don't know what you're comfortable with.
I like a lot of heat, but mohair really throws a spanner in the works. I don't want too much on the mohair.
Yeah, I don't normally. Oh, that just leaked out the sides all over me.
Okay. So I want that.
Job getting the pink everywhere.
Yeah, I did what you told me and used that.
Yeah, I was using paper towel, but I hadn't allowed for it leaked out of there.
Yeah.
What?
Some of my bottles do that too.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I stopped using bottles. I couldn't find a particular brand that wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going in the pink.
Is that sun yellow?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Oh yeah, see, I am going to use this one of the same as you. Alright, I'm just doing a poury pour.
Me too.
All over.
Let's get a bit warm. Brown spoon. Better not use the brown spoon.
At home, I would have thicker gloves on and it would not be burning my fingers.
Oh, are you getting burny fingers?
A little bit burning.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, that's the same. Yeah, go for it. I'm done. I'm going pastel this time. I'm liquid it up. Oh, you're not. I'll face this way.
It's because you are, doesn't it?
Go ahead and break all the rules that you never made. Love that Kylie can remember her dye recipes. Well, at least one of them.
Yeah, I remember that one. Because it was for a while there one of my favourite mixes.
Oh, hello. Don't put your hands in there while it's real hot, Chantal. I stuck my hand in a hot bit. Does that make you feel better?
Yep.
All right. Well done. Hey, Kylie.
Alrighty. Yeah.
Can I steal a couple of spoons of your beautiful tangerine colour?
Absolutely.
I'll wait till you're done. Come on, I just want.
Go for it. Oh, that pink's good.
Yeah, there's heaps. You want some?
We'll end up with the same colour.
No, we won't. Look how bright your base is compared to mine. This is like a team effort now. Team sport on the final colour.
You know what? This is how I thought it would be. I thought yours are pastel-y and calm colours, and mine are usually in your face.
Yeah, I can hold that so you can keep dying if you like.
Thanks for that. So
I don't know. I think it depends on what I'm dyeing.
I know what I need, and I said I wasn't going to use it today, didn't I?
You did? Oh, look at that! You went straight for it. That's so hilarious. You knew exactly where it was. You're like, yep, I'm getting it. I know that one.
For the berry, because it's going to be that perfect bit in the middle.
So who's going to post pictures on what Facebook page? Like, I think we'll both post pictures on both our Facebook pages.
Yeah, we'll do it on both.
Yeah. Do you need more of this? Or are you...
No.
Because I'm going hard. I really like it. I think it's coming out really nice.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a good peachy colour.
What are you bouncing for?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. I'm just wondering, is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just do that.
Do you need like a minute off camera?
I occasionally just
bounce.
Tap my legs.
I'm a leg jiggler when I sit. Probably one of the reasons why I try not to live stream too long, because I get to this point where it's like, okay, I'm going to be bouncing the camera around for a second.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's all right. It's just like, for me, it's a nervous thing. So I was like, are you nervous?
No, I'm good.
I'm projecting myself onto you. Can you? No. not see that.
I'm not nervous. I was nervous before we started the
Are you
live
good
stream.
now?
Let me have a look. What's going on here?
Oh, yeah. Check out the chat. Go hard.
Ooh.
Kim thinks you need to pee.
Where are we up to?
Would you like me to wash this one over here for you?
Are you ready for you to get rinsed?
Yeah. She's going to rinse my yarn for me.
I'm totally spoilt now.
That's my
I don't
job.
know if I could cope without Andrea now, so if she threatens to quit, I'm like, what can I do to stop her from going to Kylie for better conditions?
Just have my family with you. They'll be like, you gotta stop her.
Oh yeah, I would totally use your family against you. Can I? Thank you.
I'll clean up.
That's alright, we'll both clean up later.
So, Freaky Geek, one is muted, the other is bright and vibrant.
Yeah, again. Except we've swapped again.
What's going on
Look
with
at
the
that.
video?
It's buffery. It's glitchy. It's just because my internet's not good.
Oh, okay.
You remember how we did the speed test at the start?
That'd be my internet.
Oh, it could be. But it could be how it's posting as well. Like, if we compare both our internets side by side, like we both need to put our hand in and bring it out and just give it a second because it takes a little minute.
And mine's got no dial.
Oh. You might be... Oh, you're not in the right spot in the stream.
Oh.
You,
But I can still see comments.
Yeah, you totally can. You just need to catch up.
You guys, please forgive me. I'm a total noob at
Gamer Widows is just double checking. I did let you know where the loo was.
Yes,
I did Gamer
yes.
Widows. I'm a good host. I offered coffee and amenities.
Yes. As soon as I got here, I was impressed. I'm trying to flick you back.
Heidi Ross says Chantel's is like a bowl of petals and Kylie's is like a bowl of tropical fruits.
It totally is. So yours is actually closer to the actual image.
I've also had a lot of practice with this.
Mine's more intense.
See, I'm still tossing up whether or not just to throw a couple of heavy splotches of like this pink in to emulate the center of the flower, or whether or not just to leave it as is. I'm really torn.
It is hard when you don't know whether to stop.
Yeah.
It's
Because
hard
sometimes
to stop.
if you go too far, you've just gone too far. This is already all exhausted.
Yeah, I think mine might need some steaming.
Yeah, because you've got speckles. Yeah. So what do you guys think? Do you think I need to put some like hardcore pink in there just to emulate the center of the flower, or is the pink I've got enough? Oh, someone's actually said they would really like to. They would be really pretty to work one skein of each pan.
Yeah, I think so too. What if you had the mohair from this pan held double with the soft from that pan?
And vice versa, because then you get the subtle. Oh, I like that. Ooh, we'll have to plan that. Liz Brims has written they're both so different but beautiful. Thank you, Liz.
Yeah, thank you, Liz.
Yeah, I actually think I'm gonna leave mine. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna leave
beautiful.
it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm really happy.
Because you put something on it, you might regret it.
Yeah, and I'm really happy. I think the only thing I'm just gonna put a little bit more pink on the mohair side, just to try and brighten that up a little, but nothing on the other side. And I'm probably just gonna try and go over the pink spots that there already are, just to try and.
Sometimes less is more.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I'm just trying to brighten the mohair pinks just a dash, just because the mohair will come out really,
really pale,
really, really muted and subtle. So there we go.
Freaky Geek said that's better.
Thanks, Freaky.
I think it is too, actually.
Yeah, just to lift up the mohair a dash. That side I'm happy with, and it was the mohair side I kept looking at, going, oh, it needs something. How are you going there? You're going to get beautiful pink on the back end.
Oh, that would be a surprise.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I want to put some more heat in this and steam it for a while.
Okay, I'm going to grab some photos.
I didn't get photos for last.
I did.
Oh, you can send them to me.
Yep. Well, this is easy to get photos now that we've covered up that light a little. But as usual, guys, we will grab photos and we will share the photos. They won't be available for sale through the normal Fiberific Limited thing that we normally do, because this is not a normal situation. We've got Kylie from Fiber Lily hanging out.
Not a normal situation.
Not a normal situation. That's exactly right. Tammy Webb said that I would look amazing held together.
Yeah, I reckon.
And Sally's written another very different interpretation of the same picture. Love both of them.
Thank you, Sally.
Thank you, Sally.
We do dye very differently.
We do. And I think that's probably we've had this conversation before about how some dyers are really can't be friends because I'm a dyer and you're a dyer and you might steal my secrets. But we both have a style.
With us.
And we know our own style, and we I just stole your colours, and then do you know what I mean? You weren't oh no, that's my proprietary colour, Chantel.
Yeah. No, you
go away. Well, it's in my jug. I'm keeping it. You're not going to tip that down the sink. It's going in a squeezy bottle.
Yeah, we'll put it in this squeezy bottle for you.
We're going to do an analysis of the recipe.
And Kylie's just pouring it into a bottle.
The nectar.
Leanne Barron says, amazing job, you indie dyers, so inspiring to see both of you together. And for those of you that want to see us both together again, tomorrow at 1:30, Kylie and I are meeting up for coffee at Zaraffa's at the Hyperdome in Loganholme. So I know some of you are like, oh, I don't live in Queensland, but I can't help with that. And then I saw someone...
I don't live in Queensland.
No, that's right. You don't. And then I saw someone also mention that it's so far from the north side. But what I can say about that is that, A, it's right on the M1, so it's a straight trip.
I saw a sign for the Hyperdome.
Yeah, you would have if you had just kept going just a bit further, you would have seen it on the left. It's massive. Yeah. It's easier to get there than it is to get here.
Yeah, closer to the airport.
Yeah. And so, but what I say to that is it's a lot closer than trying to get to see Kylie in New South Wales. So
yeah, there's that.
There's that side of it. Kylie's come all this way.
Yeah.
If you can come this little bit,
I would
that
love
would be
for
awesome.
as many of you to come as possible, because I know that there's quite a few names in here that I talk to regularly, either in Chantel's chats or on my pages, and I would love to meet you in person. So
yeah, I think it would be heaps of fun.
It's going to be great.
The other thing is keep an eye out on socials, because if it ends up being quite a large group, we might just move into the piazza, grab our coffees and go and sit. It's not far, you'll hear us.
Yeah.
So, but if we end up being too rowdy and get kicked out of Zaraffa's or something like that, that's never happened. We've never been kicked out of a coffee shop before, have we?
You try.
But I've never been here before. It could happen.
No, we're being facetious. We have been kicked out of coffee shops.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know. You girls.
Well, it's like they want to close or something.
Mm-hmm.
Kim's not invited because of germs. Absolutely, Kim. You can stay at home. Jackie Doyle says it sounds like Canberra peeps who complain if they have to cross the lake. Exactly right. Exactly. When I first moved up from Sydney, I was just like, oh my God, what do you mean you're complaining? It takes me an hour to get from north side to north side of Sydney. But yeah, it's a perspective thing. Is it the Zaraffa's at the Hyperdome? Yes, it is. It's the one next to the coffee club, opposite Macca's in the piazza there at the Hyperdome. Freaky Geek reckons Kim could come if she wears a doctor's mask.
Or a mask like one of these.
Yeah, one of these ones. Maybe not.
And we could all wear them.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Double protection for everybody.
Yeah.
Then anyone else walking into Zaraffa's will just back out.
Yeah, no one will come near us.
complain. They'll think we're diseased. That's great. And if these are dry, we might even bring them for show and tell. You can't have them, but we can let people have a look.
Well, you tend to get your skeins dry really quickly.
Well,
here.
I mean, have you seen how hot it is here?
It's quite warm.
I
must say.
Oh, Kylie arrived in her beautiful new sweater. What's that pattern called again? That one that you made with the one you came in. Yeah. I can't think of the name of it.
Morning Brew sweater.
Oh, the Morning Brew. That's right, with that beautiful V-neck that turns into a boat neck. And I'm thinking, yeah, you're going to get a bit warm. So Kylie actually had to get changed before we started dyeing because it was a little warmer than she anticipated.
Because it's cold in my place.
Well, yeah, it would be. And it's cold here in the mornings at the moment.
Yeah, but it's a different cold.
Yeah.
It's not a crisp.
Oh, so no, this is a crisp, like,
It's different heat too.
No.
and then the heat's
it's a
different.
crisp cold at home.
Well, it was a crisp cold here this morning at 4 a.m. when it was 4 degrees
our
too.
idea of crisp is different.
Well, possibly. Leanne was wondering if they were dry in time. We'll definitely try to bring them, but I can't promise.
Yeah.
We're not actually going to dye anymore today, guys. We're done.
Yeah.
We've been dyeing now for nearly 2 hours. So it's nearly 1 o'clock for us here. So we've been going for 2 hours. It's a long time. Bob Wilson says she's currently wearing thermals and a knitted jumper and the heater is on.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair call.
Go down and in.
But I'm just saying, like, it's 4 degrees.
Cold.
It's 4 degrees for us in the mornings at the moment. And that's cold and crisp. But the second the sun comes up, we're getting 29-degree days. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Kylie's checking. Andrew's spinning off the first yarn. We've been told to dye more. Dye more. Dye more. Dye more.
Left over in the tubs.
No, we're going to dye more. We've got no more photos ready for the string.
Is that it?
That's it. And it'll be drier than what you get it out of your machine too. Let Kylie have a feel when you pull it out. Kylie's never used one of these, and you guys know how I felt when it first came. I squealed.
Which one's which?
They're both yours.
I did two socks.
Yeah.
Chantel, don't say that. There you go.
First batch out of the dry. Like now we're going to go and hang those out. But see, it's like,
Yeah.
and it's still neat.
Yeah.
See, I've got a front loader, so it was a big difference for me getting them in here than in the front loader because they come out of the front loader and be all tangled and even with like 4 and 5 ties on a skein.
In a front loader, yeah.
Yeah, well, I had no choice. It's how I had to do it. I have a front loader, but now we've got this.
Yeah.
World of difference.
That's good.
Yeah? Kylie's got it out.
Should have put more pink in.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
But you get that.
You do.
Thank you.
Where are we? People are talking about how numb their butts are from sitting there for so long watching us.
My butt's numb too.
Yeah, everyone's loving how we're doing. All right. Okay, you guys, we're going to head off. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, everyone. It's been amazing.
Yeah?
It's been amazing. We've had a really good time.
I've had fun. I've had so much fun.
Yeah, I would love to do this again.
Yeah, I think we absolutely have to do this again.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I was a bit nervous whether the setup would cope.
Well,
but it totally coped. So, you know, we
if
were
you
a little.
to my place,
we
I'll
were
have
a
to
little.
upgrade myself.
I'll just bring this. It's all portable.
I should just bring this. It's all portable.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I mean, probably not lights, but I'll bring
lights.
everything else.
Yeah.
So,
Excellent.
yeah, it's easy as. It'll fit in a suitcase. So, I travel to VidCon with my whole live streaming setup just in case I decide to go live. Because my laptop and everything like that just fits in my handbag. This is the arm is the only thing, and I just don't take that to VidCon.
Yeah.
But my microphone and everything else fits in my handbag.
It's all very cool.
It's very cool.
It's all very cool.
All right, you guys, we're going to catch you later. Don't forget to follow our social medias to find out when we're going to start doing these giveaways.
Yeah.
So we'll catch you all. I'll catch you next week for the normal live stream. Bye.
Bye.